said, are you ready? Woo!
What's going on, man?
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm delightful on this nasty rainy day.
It is. It's going to be crappy all weekend, unfortunately.
We are feeling the effects of Hurricane Helene, I believe what it's called.
Yep.
Luckily, we're in Indiana. I've thoughts and prayers for all the people down in the affected area. So,
who comes up with the hurricane names?
I don't know. Like
I
people smarter than us.
They could have went with all sorts. Maybe there's like a reason for it. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe there's a book. There might be a book. I don't know. But maybe. But we have a special guest today.
We do.
He is the author of Lock Up, a wrestling book that I am excited to hear about. So without further ado, let's bring on Mr. Ray Lopez.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, guys. Thanks for having me. Pleasure.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
For joining us. So I believe before we start, Evan told me that you are also a lawyer.
I am. That is correct. That's my day
I have
job.
a question before we start. Can we get sued for our intro?
Well, I don't do that type of law. I do focus mostly on personal injury, but I would venture to say you're probably okay.
Cool.
You're probably okay.
Fair enough. Thank you. All right, proceed.
But that's not legal advice, Jared. That's just friends talking amongst friends.
Yeah,
so.
just a little curiosity on my end. So thank you.
So, how we doing today, Mr. Lopez?
Doing fantastic. Happy to be here.
Okay. So you wrote a book, Lock Up.
I did.
Can you go into some detail about Lock Up and what it's about?
Absolutely. So this was a project that I started a while back. It's been a couple of years in the making, and really it's a different type of wrestling book. You know, I think a lot of professional wrestling is like a variety show. You have, different acts. You have your hardcore, sometimes your nostalgia, your tags, your women's, all kinds of things to, delight the fans. That's kind of what we try to do in this book is have a variety of topics related to professional wrestling. So, for instance, we have a chapter kind of about Hollywood and professional wrestling, one about football and professional wrestling. And we've tried to frame them in what we think are entertaining, fun ways. In the Hollywood one, for instance, it's kind of like a mock award show with all these different categories that come in there. And we kind of discuss some of the roles of professional wrestling or wrestlers have had in mainstream Hollywood media. And with the football one, we did like a little fantasy football draft where we're drafting nothing but professional wrestlers. And there's some rules that are kind of explained in the intro chapter and kind of talk about all these wrestlers and their kind of athletic backgrounds and pedigrees and stuff like that.
That sounds awesome. So it's kind of like a mix of like history and fantasy a little bit where you kind of have this. Oh, that's really cool. That's a great idea.
Exactly. We do have some more serious chapters in there that are kind of more essay or academic format. We have one that's called Race in the Ring. It kind of discusses how people of color, minorities have been treated throughout the history, the progression there. We also have one called Shattering Glass that discusses women in professional wrestling and the evolution of the women to how they're treated today, which I think is pretty much as equals, which is a great thing, and how they kind of started and just kind of discusses the evolution and some specific points throughout there that we've all seen on screen that kind of got us to there.
Okay.
That's such a good idea. Like I love that it's a variety too, because you kind of lose that where the reader ventures off or because there's just a different style, it sounds like, for the different chapters.
Absolutely, and all the chapters are individual. So you could pick and choose. You could jump around and read them in order, in whatever order the reader prefers. It's not kind of like a novel format. It's more just pick and choose whichever chapter you want to read. Right. We have stuff for the people that are new to wrestling. There's plenty of historical stuff, and there's some pretty in-depth stuff for people that are wrestling connoisseurs. There's still things that I think that even the hardcore of fans would find new and interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
It sounds like for a wrestling nerd like myself, this book is right up my alley, and I will
absolutely.
I will be purchasing a copy. So, is that book available now, or we have to wait?
It is available. It is available now. You can go to mascotbooks.com. Look for Lockup. Just put it in the search engine on mascotbooks.com and type in Lockup, and you'll find the copy. You can order it now. You can also, if you want, anybody wants a signed copy, they can also hit me up on Twitter at Lucia Lockup, and just find me on Twitter, slide into the DMs, and we can make that happen.
So if you have a little more time, what kind of gave you the idea to do a book like that? That's such a very unique idea of a way to look at wrestling and to kind of utilize whether it be history, factual stuff, and then moving on to, like you said, with a fantasy draft of like how they would play out in the football world. Like that's such a neat way to go about it. Like where did that idea come from?
Sure. Well, I've been a lifelong wrestling fan, since I was a little kid. And then when COVID hit and we kind of went on lockdown, I just got even more deeper into it. And I read so many books on wrestling. And I found that a lot of the books were either, biographical in nature or historical. So I thought this would be an idea to do something different. I am a big fan of Shea Serrano and his Basketball and Other Things book. So that kind of led an inspiration to we should make something like that, like in that format, but about professional wrestling, really target that. So we've got lots of visual stuff that I think the reader will like. There's illustrations for each chapter. There's charts, graphs, timelines, all kinds of things.
Oh, this sounds so cool.
Oh, this sounds like my dream.
Yeah, this is straight out of your heaven. This is awesome.
I know. So what? You said you've been a lifelong fan. What was your first match that you saw? You're like, oh, this is it. This is what I love.
Well, I think I was 8 years old, and my grandfather was in the hospital. He was, nearing the end of his life. So my parents didn't want to have a birthday party because they just didn't feel it was right. Nobody was in a festive mood. So they didn't want to disappoint me being an 8-year-old kid. So that thing, they said there was a wrestling show. WWE was coming to town. I was already huge into WWE. I had the bed sheets and everything, and I was all in. And they said, well, bro, WWE's coming to town. Can we get you tickets to that instead of having a birthday party? I was all on board. I was like, that sounds 10 times better. So let's do that. And so they took me to my first wrestling show, and I kind of never looked back after that.
Sweet. That's awesome. Sweet. I like to hear people's stories. Like, yeah, I saw this, and boom, it was game on from there. So, I look forward to reading this book. I mean, everybody watching, go get this book. It sounds like it's going to be a great piece of reading material, and you're going to learn a lot. You're going to have fun, and I like it that it's not. You don't have to follow chapter by chapter. You can bounce around because that's how my brain works. Is I'm all over the place. So. Yeah,
well, I appreciate you coming on. I don't want to take up too much of your time. We were a little late getting started anyway. So if you want to promote kind of where people can find it, when they can find it, and all of that one more time.
Sure. It's on mascotbooks.com right now. You can go on the publisher's website and get it. Coming in December, it will be available on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, or wherever you find books. But if you want to get in early, go to mascotbooks.com. If you want a signed copy, hit me up at Lucha Lockup on Twitter or X or whatever they're calling it nowadays.
Yeah, and, I do the same thing. I can't call it X. It just doesn't work.
I don't think anybody can.
No, it's just going to be Twitter for me because I'm stuck in my ways.
Well, yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for coming. We appreciate it, and we'll post the link to that website as well. Once we end this, we'll make sure it's attached to this so people can go find it.
I appreciate that. Thanks for having me, guys.
All right, thank you. Take care.
All right, have a good one.
See you.
Sweet.
I get
that
to
is
read
straight out of your brain.
I know. I've had the fantasy football. What? I always thought Edge would make a good quarterback. I don't know why, but
that makes sense. He kind of has that Sunshine vibe from what was that? Replacements?
No, it was,
that was
remember the Titans.
Yeah.
Sunshine. So. Yeah, we got a little bit. We've kind of transitioned our format a little bit. We probably won't talk too much WWE and AEW anymore because 10 million other people do. Huh?
It'll be. I said they get enough coverage. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I do have a little of NXT stuff. That's probably the only WWE we got. But then we've got some GCW And oh my Lord, rain.
What happened? Oh, I thought you were talking about what happened in GCW. I was like, sweet, what happened?
Well, so GCW had back-to-back this past weekend, we're a week later. Mance Warner faced Joey Janela for the GCW championship in a lumberjack strap match.
Oh, those are always brutal.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine. Yeah.
Did the lumberjacks have straps too? Because
I'm cool. Guessing. I don't know. I've not seen. I have to get some footage on this because I don't know if they have straps or these two dudes are strapped, and then there's lumberjacks outside. There's a lot
strapped,
of
like guns strapped.
No, like whips and stuff.
That would also be funny if they had the whole lumberjack strapped, like literally strapped. Like you better get the fuck back in the ring.
Well, I don't know about that, but Mance Warner did get the victory over Joey Janela to retain. Used his signature second rope DDT to get the dub. Then we had the Miracle Violence is Forever took on the Miracle Generation. My notes are running together. Let's see here. Violence is Forever retained the titles, and then Effie took on Griffin McCoy. I'm reading. Effie won. He did win the match over Griffin McCoy, and then our friend Marcus Mathers. Not our friend. We've never met him, but he's a hybrid.
When did you meet this guy?
I met him in on 8 Mile.
There you go.
But he is a hybrid. Yeah, he was on Hybrid Championship Wrestling back in the early days, so I felt like let's talk about him.
Yeah,
it ended in a disqualification. Richard Holiday did get the victory via disqualification. So there's that. Brandon Kirk took on Matt Tremont in a death match. You know what? I kind of want to see a death match, like in my lifetime, cool. Live. I don't want to be involved. I just want to watch. Huh?
We need to talk Kyle into doing a death match at Signal 10.
I don't know if that goes well with the PG type thing.
I don't think it will. It would be like a Care Bear death match.
Hitting each other pool noodles. Yeah. Which, you know what? Those pool noodles, you get them things wet, they do hurt. They sting.
So that'd be hilarious, though. Do like a pillow fight with like pool noodles and Legos. Like the Legos would hurt like hell. But you could do like toys and such and have it like a nice friendly bout death match.
Like we're talking PG toys, not Diddy toys, right?
Yeah, I think we'd have better luck with HCW getting the commentated death match, I believe.
Yes, we would.
That would be wild. I don't know that I want to be next to the apron for that one though.
Well, we kind of did see a death match type match our very first time at HCW. Sammy Callahan took on Dale Patrick.
Yeah, because they're going to beat with a prosthetic leg. He ripped a man's leg off and beat another man with it. That
he did.
Wild thing to commentate.
Oh, it was wild. It was wild. On NWA Power, there were 3 title matches. They went back to the territories again. I definitely got to check that out again and watch. The NWA World's Women Tag Team Championship. King Bees faced off against Ruthie J and La Rosa Negra. And then the Exodus Pro NWA Midwest Championship. Pretty Boy Smooth defended his title against Mims. And then NWA Tag Team Champion Southeastern.
This is Why I'm Hot. Is that the same guy or the different Mims?
I don't know. This guy's Big Strong Mims. And the Stew Crew took on the Fixers. So I'll be sure to check those out. Over on NXT, Rosemary, Wendy Chu. We had a crossover tag team.
Yep.
Rosemary from TNA and Wendy Chu. You did?
Mm-hmm.
You watched it?
Yeah, I did. I watched most of it. The promo, I don't know the dudes' names, but the promos where they were sitting backstage and they were motherfucking each other left and right. And then one of them said the other one's fiance's name, and then they called each other a bitch a few times, and then they met out in like the production area and started beating the shit out of each other. It was awesome. I even rewound it and had my wife come watch it. I was like, hey, you got to check this out. This is badass. Like they're actually using realism and getting pissed off. And like, they were like legitimately bleeping out motherfucking each other every 2 seconds. It was awesome. It actually seemed like they were really mad at each other though. Like they did it very, very well. It was fun.
Good. Did you see CM Punk's heated exchange with Ethan Page?
I did. Yes.
So CM Punk's going to be the special guest referee, it sounds like, for Trick Williams and Ethan Page. I'll be tuning in.
Doing that. I like that they're like, because I really think same thing we've talked about a bunch of times. When you send people like that, it makes people watch. Honestly, that's not why I was watching, but I assume a lot of people tuned in just to see why CM Punk was coming down there, and they utilized that to get the ratings for that show as well. You can raise all the ships and kind of do the intermingling with like the Joe Hendry stuff. But yeah, I think they're doing a brilliant job at it.
They are. And Trick Williams he gave a press conference and he reiterated, he's determined to win that title back. And I think CM Punk will call it down the middle. I don't feel like he's got nothing to gain on either side. So I think he's just going to be a prick all the way around. So I think that's probably your most fair celebrity or special guest referee. And then we had on TNA Impact some good matches. Jonathan Gresham faced the Laredo Kid. He did beat the Laredo Kid. I don't know if you've ever seen Jonathan Gresham wrestle.
I have not. No,
he's a wrestling machine. Yeah, he comes out and like remember Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean,
like the Davy Jones locker feller,
like the octopus guy.
Yeah,
he comes out in a mask similar to that. It's pretty sweet.
I wonder if Blake will ever find that guy. That'd be sweet.
I don't know. I wouldn't. What if Blake would find a Kraken? That'd be terrifying.
That'd be sweet. I think that'd be fun.
That would not be terrifying. Blake. I will put money on that.
Same as going up in a hot air balloon, though, I suppose.
Yeah, that'd be the only time I'd get up in a hot air balloon if there's a Kraken in the water.
We got to go all the way up. Guys, I keep looking away from the screen. I had to go back and find something. I had an image that I needed to get out here during one of these segments here in a moment, and I just wanted to make sure that I had it ready because I had like inside of someone cutting a promo and what they talked about, and I just wanted to talk about it here in a minute. So I was trying to make sure I had it, and I couldn't find it, so I apologize. I'm trying to do this, live while we're in the middle of a conversation.
Yeah, it's okay. We did have another crossover match with NXT and TNA. Rosemary and Winnie Chu. They had a busy week. They faced Jordan Grace and Sol Ruca. Grace and Ruca did defeat the other two.
Jordan Grace is freaking jacked.
Thick Mama Pump, I think, is what she was called at one time.
Jesus. That lady has, it's insane.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever seen a more, jacked female in my life.
Not even China?
Well, yeah. I don't know. I think she's got more bulk on her than China did. She's just, I don't know. I think if you put her up against China, that's a good question. We should put that poll up. Who's more jacked, China or Jordan Grace?
It's a good question. That is a good question. Let me jot that down. Let me jot that down on my bank receipts that I've been jotting down.
Yeah, good idea. Keep notes just in case. Well, while you're doing that, I don't know what show it was, but our buddy Sam, he gave a promo. I have an actual footage of the promo. I wanted to show you. Somebody sent this in. It was, super interesting. That was what I was trying to find while you were talking. So once you get done writing your notes, I want to show you. Sam cut a promo the other night in the ring, and
get out of town! Come on,
he could
get out of here.
He was telling people about what happened and just letting people know what was going on. And I thought, what better time than now to give him a shout out for cutting a wonderful promo. See, I can be nice to Sam. Oh, sorry.
Shut the front door. Just shut the front door, man. Come on.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I'm glad that he's fighting that large man, Juwan Thomas.
The Nightmare.
I don't have to worry about it. He's scary on his own right, so he'll keep him far, far away from me.
Well, don't get too big in your britches.
Worst case, I believe I can just outrun him. We'll be okay. I'll just run circles.
I'm gonna have to see this. Who could be faster, you or Sam Knight? My money's on Sam.
We could. I would put.
If you don't stretch properly, you're pulling a hamstring and you're dead. You're dead meat. So
I was gonna say I'd pull the Vince McMahon and pull my quad, but I didn't want to say I'll pull Vince McMahon and then leave the pause there and then let anyone interpret anything else based on that documentary.
Be some scandals. Yeah. For those who don't know, there was a Vince McMahon documentary did drop the other day. I am 4 3/4 episodes in. I'm finishing the family business episode
right now. Without spoiling anything, what's your depiction of Mr. McMahon after this?
Not good. It might be. Now that's the thing. You got to take it with a grain of salt.
I
Does
heard he was
Netflix,
very
does
shitty.
Netflix kind of skew it? Huh?
I heard he was real shitty at certain points.
He can be, but like they're gonna make it more cinematic than what. But
yeah,
is he innocent? Absolutely not. He's done enough stuff, probably bad enough for 2 lifetimes. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I take it with a grain of salt, but when you get everything thrown at you like that, it's like something. There's got to be grains of truth in everything. So,
well, obviously, a lot of people did not like him. Like that was why I feel like that's why AEW kind of had the success it did quickly, because people were wanting to have an alternate universe to get the fuck away from there. I think.
Well, that could be. That could be. On a more positive note, I checked in on some OVW action last night.
Okay.
Probably the most important to us. The Diner Pod champion, Ashton Adonis, he had a match on OVW. Right there. Right there.
That's so cool. That's our champion.
Yep. He did defeat Dustin Jackson. And
we got winning.
He got the dub.
Congratulations, Mr. Ashton Adonis.
Congratulations, Mr. Adonis.
I'm super
excited. Enjoy your vacation. You've obviously earned it.
Weekend. He did. Yeah. See, you get a big victory in OVW, and now he gets to venture off and go have a worry-free vacation, enjoy himself on us.
Putting my magic sunglasses back on so nobody can see.
Is that to hide your angry eyes?
Yeah. There were some other matchups of people we knew. Sophia Rose defeated Dayami Ho. And then Freya the Slayer defeated Carter Kaufman.
Oh.
And then
a big match this Saturday as well.
That's right. Cal Hero, Super Z, and Donovan Cecil defeated the Revolution, which consisted of AJZ, Tony Gunn, and Dalton McKenzie. So, and another match I forgot. They started the show. That's why I kind of got out of order. Cashflow defeated Mahabali Shira for the OVW heavyweight title.
Oh.
But the celebration didn't last long because the Revolution attacked him after the match was over. But now we get to move on to, we have some independent news. We have some results. Shout out to Cecil with All Vermilion Wrestling sending us his results from last weekend. Jimmy Carrot defeated Zay Gates by DQ, so he retained the AVW Heavyweight Championship. The Brothers of Depravity interfered, causing the disqualification. Excalibur and DeCobra's match ended in a double countout. Logan Myers won the Fatal 4-Way match. He defeated Tyler Scott, Rico Jones, and Kendall Fire to claim the very last spot in the Rumble.
Logan Myers has been on fire.
He is. He's been on a hot streak right now. Jake Oman debuted and defeated Elijah Eros. We Are Us retained the tag team titles against War Beasts. Clayton Clark defeated Limbo. Jackson Morgan defeated IK3. And Cecil Cerveza defeated Cameron Cross. And then immediately he challenged TJ Powers to a match next month. And then they did the 21 over-the-top Rumble match. Ashton Adonis won the Rumble and has challenged. Shocker, I know. You know what? We don't see eye to eye a lot, but he is pretty darn good. I'm not going to take that away from him. But he did immediately challenge Jimmy Carrot to a steel cage match for the AVW heavyweight title at I believe at their next show. I could be wrong. And then Sunday, White River Wrestling, loaded card. Probably one of the biggest cards in Indiana.
And you got to go to that, correct?
I did get to go to that. I was sitting front row, baby. I was up in the action.
You're in the ring, if I saw the picture correctly.
It was really, really close and a lot of fun.
I'm actually going to pull that up while you're talking so I can show people what kind of front row action they get if they go to these shows.
Yes. Dalton McKenzie defeated Isaiah Moore. Jack Vaughn did defeat Ashton, but Jack Vaughn's pretty good. Ace Perry defeated Logan Myers. Twist and Flip defeated Carter Kaufman and Elijah Eros. Dayami Ho defeated Savion Truitt. Book Hemingway defeated Lord Crew. And Jake Oman retained his WRW championship against Aaron Williams.
We just got to do interviews with multiple of those people.
We did. We did the interviews for the people who don't know. Singleton Wrestling Fall Fury is It's tomorrow at the Clay County Fairgrounds. You have to get your tickets at the door. They're a little more pricey. So, but get there. It's going to be a great show. You've got matches. I don't know if you've got the graphics or not.
I told people we would give them away the other day when your mic didn't work. So we could end the show with that today.
Okay.
If you want, we could do one more giveaway before give some more free tickets out.
We can't. We'll have to. Somebody called me. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. I was like, I don't know who's calling me, and I still don't know. Anyway, but the match is announced. I don't know if you have the graphics. Leela Feist versus Carter Kaufman. Jake Oman will defend his title against the veteran Jack Vaughn. Aaron Atlas takes on Logan Myers. Hijo del Appalachia will take on Book Hemingway. Elijah Eros takes on Austin Ryan.
Oh, sorry. Clicked the wrong button. I see him and
not funny. It's not funny anymore.
I think, sorry. Anyway, go ahead.
Sam Knight will not face Dylan Cole. He will face the Naptown Nightmare, Jawan Thomas.
It's just Sam's graphic. It's fine.
Whatever. Shut up.
There's no need for the extra energy.
October 25th, Singleton Wrestling at Max and Honey's presents Pumpkin Smash Monster Bash. That will be a good card on a Friday night. Spooky season's here. You'll see Book Hemingway, Clayton Clark, Ashton Adonis, Jake Oman, Logan Myers, and Elijah Eros in action. And then the very next night, Hybrid Championship Wrestling, Fight or Fright. There's been 3 matches announced. I don't know if you have the graphics.
I do not. I apologize.
I will go through them really
I was running a little late this morning, and I did zero preparation for this. So I am very, very sorry.
It's all good. First match announced for the HCW Championship. Ace Perry will take on Clayton Clark. Let's go, Ace. War 365.
Hold on. What did you just throw a shot at the sheriff for?
I didn't. I said, let's go, Ace. I ain't taking no shots.
Clayton, you better watch him. I think he's taking shots. Anyway, proceed.
Whatever.
You saw what he did to Dalton. You better be careful. You'll be the next bloody one laying at HCW. I
got people. War 365. Yeah, whatever. War 365 will take on the O'Doyles. So the War Pigs went out and found somebody that they found.
I think we know this fella.
I think we know. I believe he's the general manager of Strive 365. He didn't want the O'Doyle trash coming into his facility and screwing things up. So he's here to defend his home turf and team up with the O'Doyles, take on the O'Doyles and team up with the War Pigs. I'm all fired up. I'm getting flustered.
War Pigs teaming up with Shane Cheshire for the taking on the O'Doyles, which you have a little bit of a history, if you will.
I have relations with their mom one time, and now I'm like linked forever. I don't get it. But anyway,
they could be your illegitimate kids of some sort.
They're older than I am.
Not all of them.
Well, I have yet to see.
You know how long ago this was. There's a couple of them that might fit the mold. Just saying.
Whatever. Then whatever. Moving on, the last match announced right now: triple threat: Christian Rose versus Da Cobra versus Beef.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah,
that'll be fun.
And that's your card right now for Fight or Fright, and that's all I got. So
that's it. We did.
That's it.
Actually, I want to do a shout out real quick before we get done. We were asked yesterday if we could put this out there. So there is a benefit going on this Saturday as well from 1 to 6 for Dean Young. It's an all-you-can-eat ham and bean dinner. I believe the location is the American Legion Post 2, 10 North Depot Street here in Brazil. There's all the information, and I believe I have a picture of the kind of the giveaway stuff or the raffle stuff I believe they're doing. I should have read the picture a little better before I started talking about it, but yeah, that's going on this weekend. So before we gave a shout out to our sponsors, I wanted to throw that out there as well.
Okay. Yeah, we got to talk about our sponsors. They're great people. We love them. Thank you to our gold sponsors. Wabash Valley Plumbing. They lay pipe. That's our slogan, not theirs. U.S. Lawns of Terre Haute. They mow grass and landscaping.
And I need to make a new one of these.
Yep. ML Productions. They make movies.
Maybe.
Blue Anchor Roofing and Restoration. They fix stuff. Maybe. Wabash Valley Dalton Teen Challenge. Meeting you at the crossroads of addiction.
They do that for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. RJ's Formwear. They have pretty cool suits. We look good in them.
I'll be wearing one tomorrow night. I'm going all black.
Oh. Peak Performance Gym. No peak, no results.
I'm going dark side. I'm embracing the inner dark.
All right. Stitch Embroidered Apparel. They embroider stuff. All right. Darth Maul.
What? I gotta.
Happy's Barbecue. Meat. Eat. Repeat.
I'm just gonna embrace it. I'm gonna go full-fledged into my darkness. I'm going all black tomorrow night.
Oh. Well, just be sure to wear deodorant. You
Damn
son
it.
of a bitch.
It just won't stop. It just keeps it just wants to come out there. Oh, and I never did get to this picture. So if you do go to these shows, this is the type of action you get to see. Like, you're literally on the ring.
Yeah.
This is a White River Wrestling show at Pax Vernum. So if you do see, I know we interact with them as well. So if you do see the tickets go on for their next show, definitely go check them out. They put on a great show as well.
It's exciting. It's a lot of fun. You're right up in the action.
Yeah, your knees are on the ring.
Yeah, but it was fun. It was so much fun. Like,
all right, so we're gonna clip this last part out. Let's give away some tickets. What do we want to do? Just like a 4-pack?
we'll do a 4-pack, 2 and 2.
2 and 2. So we'll do 2 winners. We will do something tomorrow when we get to the venue. We'll give them away, or we'll try to do it in the morning, I suppose. But let's see. What do we want to do? Just basically like and share the clip of this. Make sure you follow us, and then comment who you're hoping to see tomorrow night, or who you're most excited to see tomorrow night at Signal 10 Wrestling.
All right. We'll get it
That
clipped
works.
out. So thank you for tuning in. We're out of here. Keep pushing.
Oh, and one more time, go buy that book. If you're a wrestling fan, that sounded freaking awesome. Ray Lopez, Lock Up. And I don't know if you missed that portion, definitely go back to the beginning and watch this, because he kind of breaks down what it is, but it's a big mix of like all things wrestling, where they dive into fantasy situations and history and archives, and it just sounds really cool.
Yes, definitely check it out. Buy the book. Message him at Lucha Lockup on X if you'd like a signed copy. You can go to mascotbooks.com and order it now, or wait till December for Amazon, Barnes and Noble, and all your
order
books.
a signed copy for the diner.
Exactly. That's going to happen.
Perfect.
So, yes.
All right. Well, I'll see you here in about an hour.
All right. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.